New year, great credit with credit expert Toran L. He's in the building. Thanks for
We
coming
in the
back,
house
man.
like
I appreciate
drywall.
you. Thanks for coming back, man. I appreciate you. You said we in the house like drywall. Wow.
Yeah, man. Pete.
You over there? Peace, fam. How you doing,
Pete.
man? How you doing? Thanks for coming back on the show, man.
Man, it's a pleasure, man. Thanks for having me. I gotta make time. You know what? I haven't been on here in a minute. That was decent decision making. But I appreciate you having me, man. It's always a pleasure to come on the platform. Shout out to you. Shout out to Big Brother L, Time Network, and for providing this platform for us to get our message across to so many people and change so many lives. An honor.
Hey, man, the pleasure's all mine. Absolutely. You're a gentleman and a scholar. But no, for real, man. I know that I personally witnessed what you can do. I personally, benefited from, your knowledge. I've seen, foundation listeners work with you and benefit from, your knowledge. So, it's always a pleasure for you to come on here and, out here working for the people and, helping the people and, with that foundation rate, baby. So, I know you've been working. I know you've been working really hard, and I'm really excited for you. And I ain't spoil it. I ain't saying none of your business or anything, but just tell the people what you've been working on lately, and why you've been working so hard, and why you've been hating and you ain't been kicking it.
Okay, yeah. I would, never hating on nothing, especially not the network, in the squad. But man, I've been putting together a lot of information that's concise, like just getting rid of the fat that's on a lot of this info. It's a plethora of information that I have to refine to deliver the information in I would say the most efficient manner as technology and information are changing at exponential rates, because what was working a year ago is not working today. Who had the money a year ago and was giving it out like it was nothing, they're not doing that today. It's the tables have turned, or shall I say they're continuing to turn. So I've been working on consolidating that information to be able to deliver it in a manner, so whoever gets their hands on it can self-pace, so to speak, have more of a foundation on what this is and how it actually works, how it, can influence their day-to-day lives, and what they can do to change it,
Right. So you say removing the fat. So how I associate that is, if you grab a book on a certain topic, a particular topic, I mean, a lot of books they can be reduced to like 10 or 20 pages of the actual, meat and potatoes, and then there's a whole bunch of, fluff, and maybe they have a story in there and they talk about their mentor or uncle or, something like that. So, basically with this credit information and stuff, you kind of just removing all the fluff, all the nonsense, and, consolidating the information and creating actual products is what I heard you say, like informational products?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Several, just back to back to back.
And that's going to be, what is that? Is that going to be available to clients, foundation listeners, or is it just,
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look out for the people. I'm gonna get that to them on the low, on the lookout. Just as a that's my charitable energy right there. Because I know what it is. Like, I'm seeing it. I'm and doing this. I'm gonna keep it real, fam. It was fun. It used to be fun. It's not even fun no more, just because I'm seeing how my people is out here. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to give here. I don't really, I don't know what people celebrate, but it's, more of a holiday type thing would be, to look out and just give them as low as I can get them for, to make sure everywhere, each party is compensated correctly, but because it's a process. But at the end of the day, I want to give back so they can, because it takes 30 days to get a response, to start getting the ball rolling. So around that Christmas, whatever time, new year, like you just want to start it off right, because the decisions that's being made today are gonna influence at least the first quarter of 2020, the new decade, if not more than that. You know, it's gonna have a huge influence. So, you know, I want to be able to actually, I'm gonna take a few people, not everybody, and you know, be hands-on with them, and then the rest of them is have to wait for the info products, because I'm not, you know, I don't see myself doing this much longer, like just, you know, on a platform being you know, educating. Like, this is not, my passion is helping people. My passion is not correcting people, but and I had to learn it because I was in a rut with it, you know, mismanaging finances and whatnot. And I know I'm going off on a rant, man. I'm just like, that's the honest to God truth. That's what's going on. Like, you know.
So you're basically automating.
Capital.
You're automating a system of credit informational products. So will we do it ourselves? So like we'll get the information and we'll be. Oh, so it's self-directed. So it's going to be less of a hands-on situation, is what you're saying?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be more here's the content, you know, here's what you need. And at least, you know, if it's still, I still do consultations and answer questions, but, you know, not like, okay, I'm going to have to teach you from 0 to 10 and A through Z. You know, I'm not going to keep doing that. It's going to be in a position where, you know, in a format where it can be purchased, learned, and then we can have a conversation. Any gaps that you have, I can kind of seal them up, help you, you know, put the pieces together.
And that's what you say, like, so, because I heard you say, what did you say exactly? Something about you're going to have a couple people and walk them through, but then after that, so right now you're still kind of doing some hands-on stuff?
Yeah, just a little bit, you know.
So if someone would, you know, was super interested in getting with Toran L, they, you know, have heard you on the show several times, heard a couple people come on the show and say, you know, the results of what you do, and they just been like, you know, maybe trying to get their money together or whatever they've been doing. This is, how much time do they have before you convert fully to this automated system and you're not really hands-on anymore? Because I know a lot of people are going to want hands-on, and not trying to like put you out there or anything, but I'm trying to listen to what you're saying from the standpoint of being a foundation listener and what questions I would come up with. You know, looking to like working with you. You know, if I was trying to work with you or something like that, I'd be like, okay, you know, these are the questions I would be asking. Like I say, you know. So, like, let's just say it. Let's say if I wanted some personal work with you, and I'm a foundation listener, like, is there like a cutoff? Like, do I got like a week? Do I got 2 weeks?
Definitely. Like, it's
what I'm asking.
Like, the cutoff is Black Friday. You know, before that, like, because I'm not gonna be on the phone with people Black Friday. So before that, so that's absolute cutoff. You got to have your stuff in, you know, hit us up in the private, get your info in, let's jump on a consultation, let's figure out where you're at, what you're trying to do, you know, because I'm not even going to I'm not busting heads. I'm really trying to get my charitable energy, like, let me go ahead and get some more value. Here, take this from my people up, you know, this more valuable than any kind of gift, you know. They need to give you an opportunity. If nobody else put it in front of you, you can't say I didn't. To invest in your private education, invest in your future, because, I mean, you can spend the money on Black Friday on toys and stuff that's going to rust, rot, and depreciate. Not to say that, you know, if you got children, I understand, but, you know, don't go overboard, because there's a difference between spending money and investing money. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you invest it properly, you'll have money more to invest and a lot more to spend as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just trying to do my part to kind of break the cycle, man, because this whole ecosystem, this monetary ecosystem, has got our people fucked up. Excuse me. But that's what's going on.
Okay.
And I'm trying to do my part to you know, here. So we actually got something that, you know, That's the value right there. And you know, I like kicking it. I like kicking it, but this ain't the time for that shit. I mean, excuse me. I'm so sorry. You know,
it's not frequency, man.
It's not the time, man. It's not the time. Right. I see what's happening. The same BS that came down the pipeline in '08 with these houses is taking a turn. It's deja vu, except this time it's with movable property, i.e. automobiles, i.e. auto loans. Everybody riding, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can see so many people. We the biggest consumers, so who are out here buying these cars? Trying to keep up with the Joneses, like, just to say you riding a Benz or a Rover or you know, to stun on it, like, man, I'm just tired of talking to people who don't have their priorities together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing it for the wrong reasons. And I'm like, okay, well, if you can start here, now you got access to it. Now what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with the education? What are you going to do? Are you going to help a brother? You know.
Right. And so you feel like you've been kind of coming into contact with those types of people that were more, you know, had personal interest in. Go ahead.
Not necessarily from high frequency. I'm just in general. A few of them, you know, everybody got, you know, we got needs and wants, and sometimes that line is blurred. But strategically thinking, like, okay, there's something coming down the pipeline. Everything is changing. The banks are drying up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's there. It's in plain sight. And somebody got the money. We know who got it. It's just a strategic way of going about getting it, and your profile needs to look a certain way to go get it. Get the money. You need to have a viable investment vehicle to double, triple, quadruple, quintuple, whatever you're going to do, you need to make it happen and service it, or, you know, put it in something that services it on its own. Like, just, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
It's more of a strategy.
You saying, you know,
everybody's so excited about getting funded.
You got to have a plan. What you going to do with the funding, and how you going to make the funding, you know, pay off the funding, basically. What you know. Otherwise, you don't put yourself in a worse situation than what you started off with.
Exactly. Chasing your tail, trying to figure out how to fight off creditors and filing UCCs and trying to just becoming a belligerent, a paper terrorist because you're trying to get them up off you. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're not structured right, it's a process, and that's what this is for. This is education. This information ain't like something we went and drilled in the earth and found, and like, oh, it's a new substance, a whole new element. Like, it's out here. It's so much BS that you need to, you know, the educational aspect of it is to help you cut through the nonsense, the noise, the chatter. The irrelevant information, erroneous information, the information that's getting these people clank out here, and separating yourself from, you know, liability. That's what it's about. And I don't, you know, I never proclaim to know it all. I honestly believe I know enough to know that I don't know shit, you know. So, and that's what keeps me learning. But you know, I wanna definitely reach as many people and help as much as I can before I just fall back from it. And that's the only way. It's like, okay, info products, you're going to have to buy this info. You know, you're going to have to get at me a different way because, you know, it's a season for everything. And I know it's about to change. If it changes drastically, I might have to pull an MJ and come back.
Oh. Yeah, okay, so what was my next question? I wanted to ask you something. Okay, so you said something about stuff being different from last year when it comes to the credit game. So how do I word this? So not without giving up, you know, your whole choreography for your dance. What are some of the changes that you're seeing or that you've seen? And then what are some of the mistakes that you've seen some people make with what is now old information?
That's a good question. The changes are they're not giving out no money. Like the same people who used to give it out, they're not giving it out. I mean, they want to know. They exactly what I predicted. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I said this and I said this and I said this, and it's exactly what I predicted. They want a stethoscope on your chest. They want to know, they want to know it all. Blood work.
They want the code to your garage. They want, your spare key.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, the people that was lending aren't lending no more. Are they giving?
And they want more collateralized. They want more collateralized debt. So they
more collateral.
Dance. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they done took their shoes off. They ain't doing that. Yeah. So I mean, certain entities are, and we just have to go ahead and access it while they are, because they operate under a different type of charter and codes and laws and statutes and all that good stuff. And the big difference is being structured, though. So
Okay, so all right, man. So how do I structure this question real quick, so I don't have you walking on minefields? Okay, before I get in there, how about that second part of the question? So what mistakes have you seen people make recently with what is technically now old information from like maybe last year?
Re-reporting accounts, they take into consideration like how many times you disputed information, how many times you've made a payment on something, where you're making these payments from. It's a lot more in depth, and I feel like it's growing by the day. If not, I know by the week. Like these databases, it's more data. It's we're the mistakes that are being made is re-reporting information or giving, being sloppy and not making sure that the account information is all the way accurate before you make any kind of transaction, whether it be contesting an entry or making an actual monetary exchange, liquidating these funds in ways that are not, protecting them on a liability standpoint. So it's a lot of mistakes being made with old information because it's outdated now. They're using more than just check systems. They're using more than just, early warning systems, safe scan. They're using a whole lot more, and it's all like, it's kind of like a matrix, man.
Okay.
A lot of it was misinformation. Well, I'm not gonna say misinformation. Some of the stuff is it's too much flat. It's too much BS in it. Like they'll give you a piece of it, and you're supposed to come and holler at them or whatever to get the real answers or whatever, and circumventing, trying to go to, oh, okay, well, if this is what is being done, then I'll just go do it myself. That type of behavior is or I could have done this. Like, if you could have done it, then do it. Why do you have 15 inquiries and no big trade lines, nothing over a few thousand? Like, what's good with that? But I don't put people on blast. Like,
what's good with that?
and I see the entities, like, because I've name dropped a few of them, and it's like, yeah, holla at them. It's a specific order it needs to be done in. It's you know what I mean? But like, you know me, fam.
Yeah. People thinking I'm smart, man. I can do this on my own. I just need the right information. Like, that's not always the case. Some of us, our egos get like,
Yeah. And when you holler at me in the private, I give it to you raw. When have I not? You know what I mean? I'm not withholding information. Because I ain't no bitch. Excuse me. I want you to be able to, you know what I'm saying? I want you to be able to go do, you might be able to do more with a paintbrush than I can. So why would I hinder you from having your fair shot at a paintbrush and a clean canvas? You might paint a picture that I like. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and come back and be like, yo, check this out. This is new technique. Good looking. That's always a good move. No, I hear what you're saying. Okay, so let's go back to structure. When you say you got to, structure, like I don't want you to, don't spill the beans, but
you know.
I mean, I just kind of want you to kind of come at it from your angle. I mean, they hear, they know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So once I get to talk about structure, I feel like they be like, oh, here you go. But when it, you said structure, you're the credit guy. You're trying.
Hey, let me put it like this, man. Let me put it like this.
Be careful.
When you can go and yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in layman's terms. When you can put on your tap dancing shoes and your stuff is out of reach, you can dance all night. You know what I mean? All your belongings is not on person. They're not to be grabbed or confiscated or anything like that. So if anything goes wrong, you are protected. All your assets are protected. Your liability is extremely limited. Having that trust in place, man, in front but basically behind everything that you're doing out here in the public, and then that other little piece that just make the merry-go-round and go gadget, charity,
Say no more,
that's
fam.
the ultimate structure. Yeah.
I appreciate you. Say no more, fam. Okay, so, I got a couple more questions, man. And then I don't know if you want to go to the phone lines, you want to wrap it up, you want me to get back in current events. I'm just playing. But this next one is I wanted to ask. So, do you have any? You said informational products. So, do you have informational products available now? So, if they hit, admin at welcometothefoundation.com and they're like, yo, let me get that one, and you send it to them, and they pay $30 or whatever it is, like, or is that more later on? You're still working on that?
Yeah, that's in a minute. Like right now, what I want to do is do this hands-on dance and have a good dozen people or 2 dozen, no more than that. I don't really want to deal with too many people, to be honest. I'm just going to be blunt about it. Like it's chaotic, especially when the agility is not there or the tenacity. Like just go do it and get it done and then report back. But okay, boom, this happened. Okay, bet it's time to do this. Let's go. Not that, okay, well, what am I in? I don't have time. So, those info products, I got the first one I'm offering is free. I'm not even charging.
Okay.
That's just to get their mind right. You know what I mean? Everything after that, it's affordable. I'm not even busting heads for it. It'll be a lot cheaper than having me do it for you or appointing, somebody in-house to do it and handle it for you. But
so
what I'm talking about right now.
One, go ahead. Sorry.
What I'm talking about right now, they can come on and do that like now, like before Black Friday. Because, with the 30-day response time and all that, man, like, and Equifax firing people, so they late on responses. TransUnion and Experian be at the finish line looking back like, damn, man, we better go get some water. Like, when you going to cross the finish line? It's taking them forever to. They've been done. Yeah, they got their warm-up suit back on. So, I just want to get that out the way. So, top of the year, you going in like, okay, boom, I'm in the 700 club. Like, go into 2020 feeling like you're supposed to feel. Don't. All I'm saying is don't bring the bullshit from the previous decade into the new decade. Like, just invest in yourself. Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Ain't nobody coming out these clouds and reach down and, oh, here you go, everything you ever asked for. Ain't nobody coming to save your ass, so you're going to have to get up off it and get it done. And I'm here to help, but not forever, you know what I'm saying? And I want to help this season because I'm seeing what's going on. And honestly, I really was going to just chill with all the hands-on and just get straight info, but I'm not going to abandon. I'm going to still be here for my people. But everything else I was doing, I was way too overextended, 3 cell phones, all of them blowing up at the same time like that. Just couldn't do it.
Okay. No, I get it. I understand, man. Stuff it gets hectic doing this stuff. There's a lot of our people that need help, man, and sometimes it gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
I completely understand. So, so you said there was one info product was free, and then the rest. So that free one, what do you just is like it's a basic breakdown of consumer credit, or is it what is that? What is that free one? And then how can they get it? They email us, right?
Yeah, to hit you up. Because, this time around, you remember when I was doing them other dealings, I ain't going to mention their names, but I put all that equity in up front, and then it was a shit show on the other side of the table. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. So I'm putting this list together myself, all this information. I'm going to make sure everything is done exactly how it's supposed to be. So it's taking a little more time because I'm not letting nobody else put their fingers in my pot. Cool.
And that's because, I don't know if you want to share, but, something changed recently, right? Did you come across something new?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that on the.
No, not that, but not that maybe, but how you came across that. You know what I mean? You want to share anything about? No, okay.
I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to.
All right, then whatever. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's all I
just
can
know
say
that
is it's time to go.
There's some I know personally that you came across some different sources with regards to. You stepped your game up. Bottom line, I don't know how much you want to elaborate on it, but you continued your education. You know what I'm saying with regards to what you do. That's what I'm referencing.
I had to.
Okay.
I had to. And I'm willing to share that information for a very reasonable price. And do have to work for you. You gotta. I can't want it more than they do.
Right.
And I'm really here to help. I'm not here to. I like doing comparisons. Numbers don't lie. People lie. Numbers don't lie. And if the numbers are lying, it's because the person who put them in was lying. And the numbers are saying that the economy is changing fast. They're saying they're holding, but they're not holding. It's time to really get your house in order. You know what I mean? And it's a specific way it needs to be done to limit liability and to protect assets and to continue prospering and perpetuating your legacy and your empire that you built. If that's not what you're on, then why the hell are you getting out of bed every day? You never do it later. Stay the hell out the way. Stay out of people like myself, so the brothers and sisters who really want to go and get, see a change, stay out their way. We grinding for better days and to help each other prosper. Anything else is waste of time and energy. Like I really, really, really want to get some people across that 700 line into that realm where they can go and access. If you've been trying to move, you don't got no heat in your spot, whatever you got going on, and you need credit. You definitely need credit, and you might even be able to utilize a CPN or whatnot. But that's a whole nother conversation. They changing that too, just so y'all know. So if you got numbers and you're thinking, I'm gonna holler at you, and get this, and all right. If anybody can get you a number right now before the end of the month, I would question that. But not to say it's not viable, but we definitely need to know what's going on because they cracking down. They want some surety. They want some asses and feet to hold the fire. That's what they look for. To keep it blunt, that's what it is. And operating in that capacity, you need to have the structure right to be able to convey, to be able to do what you need to do as that agent and not as posing as a surety, if that makes sense. replica surety or another shadow of a shadow. You know, that gets messy fast.
So, 2 more questions, man, and I'm you know,
ask as many as you want.
So I guess this one, what so right now you say you just want to get like a dozen or so people hands on with them, and then you're good. You're going to shift back in. I mean, you're going to shift into your automated products, right? And be less hands on. So what services currently, since you know, I guess we have this hands-on opportunity, what services are you currently offering? Can you kind of go down the list of anything that you want to say in public, of like, you know, or not?
Restoration, you know, getting the profiles. You remember I got into that just because a lot of people was having to sit on the bench because they didn't have the scores to get on the field. So, you know, I was forced to get a faster response because my business plan or business model is not to keep people in a pipeline paying me every month to milk them of their currency, their cash flow. As a business, that's not the model. The model is to get you in the front door and out the back quick, because the action is happening in the backyard where funding exists. That's what that's about. So right now, I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and scrub a few profiles. I mean, a dozen is ideal. I'm not gonna put a cap on it, man. As long as you get in due time, don't call on Thursday after you full of shit talking about, oh yeah, y'all still doing that, burping all in the phone. Like, nah, don't play with it. You know, hit him up. Hit him up in the private before then, so we know. Okay, because we got to schedule the consult. You know, it don't happen like as soon as you call. It's too many people.
Yeah, it's got to be
and
scheduled.
I'm not complaining.
No, I understand. We dealing with multiple people's schedules, and we need to figure out your time zone. I mean, it is a, you know, a little process to get on the line and stuff. You know, a lot of people think you just, you know, email, make the donation, email, and then send your number. Like that's not how we structured. So yeah, I did want to, you know, co-sign you on that. It's gonna take at least 2 days to, you know, get you scheduled and get you on the line.
Yeah.
So I hear what you're saying, man.
We got bread. We got it. We, you know, want to go spend it on two. You get 4 pair of Jordans. You can change your whole next 6 to 9 months, man.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. So you basically saying, you know, there's really no time to waste. Things are changing. We got a wealth transfer that's in effect right now. The credit game is changing, the corporate game is changing, the equity game is changing, the currency game is changing, and all of it's changing simultaneously in different ways. You know, banks aren't lending to each other. Fed's injecting currency into the repo markets at the, you know, billions of dollars. There's stuff going on. They're blaming a lot of it on Amazon, and you know, I understand because, you know, I was trying to make a call earlier and my call wouldn't connect, and that was Amazon too. Basically, I'm just clowning that because the whole thing is, oh, Amazon is making all these companies lose profits. Amazon is the reason why all these, you know, Sears closed down and Macy's is closing their doors, and you know, all these. Not, man, look, man. There's stuff going on, and they don't want people to panic. It's really what's happening. But it's moving, and as it moves, time waits for no woman, no man. And as it moves, the window is closing, and I see it. I hear what you're saying. You see it. And, you know, we're just trying to, you know, just trying to bring it. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. It's real different. I hear what you're saying. You're saying, like, yo, it's not. And then you remember when we met, I was like, yo, the public is locking down. Here it goes. And you were like, yo, what'd you say? You were like, yo, it's you said something. You were like, it's somebody easy or something like that. And I was like, yeah, okay. All right. But
yeah.
I hear what you're saying,
talking
man.
About then, yeah.
Back then, I was like, when we first, right around the time we first met, and I was telling you, man, like, yo, that credit stuff finna slow down. They finna freeze that up. And you like, yo, it's so free right now. What are you talking about? And I was like, all right, but I know you believe me. I knew you had your feet in there, and you know it wasn't apparent at the time.
Yeah. But
here you go. This is what they do. This is what they do. When you study this stuff, you study the markets, you study these economies. This is exactly what they do. This is how it works. They got a
bottom
blueprint.
line is
that's what they do.
They need to be structured. They need to be structured, and I know that. This is the bottom line. Don't be multitasking. Listen to me. You need a trust. At least one. You need a trust. That is the entity that has never been, it's the longest standing entity in history. Nothing is older. No entity is older than the trust. No entity has more validity than the trust, more protection than the trust. You still can open yourself up to some BS if you're being negligent and ignorant, carelessness, But for the most part, you need that, and I know that with what you provide, that whole ecosystem is not the cheapest thing to buy. So I want to be able to help people get the credit in order to get the financing to be able to get that and have that and see how it will benefit them and change their life versus kicking the can down the road and still on this check-to-check, what-if scenarios, or all it takes is one thing to go wrong, and it's a snowball effect, man. And having that trust will actually add some cushion and some padding, to where some events just that would have normally taken place can't take place because your assets were protected and your liability was extremely limited. You were in fiduciary capacity. That, to me, is the ultimate piece right there. Credit is extremely important because you need it to function. And shortly, it's not gonna be a want. It's gonna be a need. It's already a need, but I mean on a mass scale, people gonna need credit to be able to bridge that gap between the checks.
I mean, you need good credit to get a lot of jobs. You apply for a job, you're running your credit these days. You need good credit to get an apartment these days. No, an apartment, to rent an apartment, man, on a year lease.
Oh, yeah.
They running your credit for that,
man.
Yeah. I mean, you need good credit. I'm telling you, man, they running your credit for everything these days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
gave them that junior.
Property owners, you want to rent their property, even rental companies, property management companies, man, they running your credit. And they make you pay an application fee. And the application fee is to cover the fee for them to pay to run your credit, because it costs money to run your credit. That's what the application fee is. I'm trying to tell y'all, because they ain't going to get their money back. They run your credit and see that your credit is tore up and you got a judgment or something and they deny you, you know what I'm saying? They ain't going to give you that because they ain't getting that money back from running your credit and seeing that you wasn't worthy. So, I mean, I'm just co-signing what you're saying, fam. Like, I see where it's going.
I know like I'm all over the place. It's just a last-minute decision today. Like, I ain't think, I'm going to get on the show next week. And I'm I hit you up earlier, like, yo, what's going on tonight? You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to look out. I don't even know exactly how I'm going to look out, but I know I'm going to look out. By taking them people hand in hand, okay, boom, this is what needs to happen in this order. It's as simple as open email, download, print, sign, notarize, you know what I mean, send certified, do this with your, it's simple. I'm not going to, I'm not Professor T. Like, I'm just, here's the work. That's what I want to do. And that's at least a dozen people, at least, starting 2020 with fresh credit, able to go Because, I mean, even if you're getting business credit, unless you got an entity that can stand on its own that's been out there for 24 or better months with some seasoning on it, it ain't going to stand up to get no capital anyway without a personal guarantor.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to be a PG on anything, you need to have these credit 680 or better. They say 680 because they don't want to go back and change all the literature that they put out with that number. Nah, man, they want 700, 720. That's what they want. And they will pass you up every time. Just because you over that threshold, you'll get the last little bit. Somebody come breeze right by you like, let me get that 30 piece real quick, unsecured. Because they were a few points over and had a little bit more seasoning.
Real quick, we got about 10 seconds left in the broadcast. I'm sorry, man. Y'all better call in. They're going to cut you off. You're going to be streaming. You're going to have to check it out. Too late. Man, yeah, but my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, we streaming now?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, man, I'm gonna walk a few people through this process. I'm gonna cut the price down, give them what they need, share some other information depending on what direction. I'm not trying to, I'm not just giving out blueprints and whatnot, but I can definitely take what you already got, help perpetuate it, give you some sense of direction with a clean credit score, some capital. But I can't promise anything because they're changing it every day. TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax all got new addresses for certain types of information that's being questioned, challenged, or disputed. Like it just happened. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yep.
Like,
they changing up addresses. You know what I'm saying? They might get bought out. They might merge with another company. They do all types of different. They do the funniest stuff, man.
It's the end of the year, man. You may as well call it like end of the decade. Don't go in the next year and the next decade not knowing what the opposition.
It's about to be 2020.
I'm saying though. Pull your LexisNexis full file disclosure, your Innovis report. Pull all that. MIB.com. See if you got some medical records that are unresolved or inquiries from insurance companies or whatever. Like, just know what's going on. Pull your DMV report, your driver record, your CoreLogic. Like, pull them. See what's on them. Because one hand wash the other in this game. So you can think you got over on a few of them, the ones that everybody's talking about, with the rest of them in cahoots in the background. Like, nah, that's accurate, bro. And they use that same information to reinsert and force their way back on there. And now your efforts were for nothing.
Yup. I know you've seen it. I know you're talking from experience.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I'm just a little clarified. My man talking from experience, recent experience. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you wanna what do you think? The switchboard is cool. I think the connection, I think Raw Talk is cool. You want to take some calls or nah?
That's cool. I mean, it don't matter, man. I would rather take them in the private because I can't save it so much on, But we should run it.
Okay. Blah, blah. I'm just going to do my dance. Let's do 415-0068. 415. Nope, my bad. 915. It's 915.
A little late.
A little late.
You're a little late. I don't need to mistake you for a teenager off that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you ain't even in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Man, that didn't even sound right, fam. That didn't even sound right. 925-1721. Fam. 925. We going. 925-1721.
That sound like Biggie.
What's up?
Peace.
What's up?
Peace,
What's up, man?
Peace.
This is Brian from the Bay, man.
My brother.
Oh, that's Brian from the
How y'all
Bay.
doing,
What's going on? Doing well, man. How you doing?
Not much, man. I wanted to just, I've been able to call in for some odd reason. a couple of times, but showing that I'm still listening and supporting what you do. And also this brother over here, Toran, you know. In my opinion, this guy's doing everybody a favor by even taking the opportunity to do this, because he don't have to. He really don't. And if you're going to come to him, you got to come correct and make sure you're on your P's and Q's, because you don't want to waste your time and waste his time. So you just got to realize that, hey, man, is it the time to make the moves, or be looking at everybody else while you got to stay in the same system and stay doing what they want you to do, and you can't control your life, you know? Because I could take it from me, myself. I was nervous about a lot of, you know, I actually did my diligence to study about some of the stuff, about credit and stuff, and I was just willing to take the move. A lot of people probably been listening to SOT a lot longer than me, and been hearing him telling you need to make this move, and you just making excuses like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and I just took that leap, didn't know what I was really doing, and you know, and doing what I've been doing. Had to learn from this brother, Toran, and able to learn from this man, SOT, and you know, I'm doing my best, and I appreciate the cats that these two are doing what they do, because they truly don't have to be here. They just go tomorrow, they gonna be all right. But you gotta ask yourself, will I be all right? You know, you gotta make that decision, man. Very simple. Am I gonna make moves, or I'm gonna be the one complaining about the moves that they making and being distracted by all this he say, all this crap you see on television, and they just want you to be worrying about dumbness. And that's one thing I can tell people. Look at how you're looking at everything right now. They are trying to distract you with nothing. They got people on TV that ain't doing nothing. They ain't about nothing. And you worrying about these people's lives when you need to get yourself in check. And now we're coming to the holidays, and they want you to buy dumb stuff. You know what I mean? These so-called holidays. They want you to buy this. They want you to buy that. So you can feel a little bit of happiness, but really ain't really doing nothing. So that's what I got to say. You know, and like I said, I appreciate what y'all do. You know, nobody else tell you that. Nothing but love from this, you know, from this person in the Bay Area. Because like I said, y'all don't have to do this at all. Y'all got your own family. You got your own issues. And you do not have to deal with people and getting in their issues. But something's telling y'all, I got to do this and do it with the right people. And people got to make that right decision. That's very simple, you know. When you deal with this person, go, I want to be in that position, you know, to help somebody else out. And that's the way you should look at it. You should be looking at helping others, helping somebody in your family. Not about you. It's about your legacy and the name that you decide to ride for and go for. Simple as that.
Real spill, man.
Man.
I say.
Philosophy style. You over here kicking your philosophy style. Like, oh, okay. All right. You know, we might have to bring you on the show and have you talk and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Oh, philosophy today with Brian from the Bay.
Yeah,
oh, it has a nice little ring to it.
That ring, yeah.
Nah, man, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you, man. You know, true words. True words, man.
Appreciate what y'all do, you know. That's all I'm saying. And that's one thing I'm just saying. People got to just realize, you know, you got to make an effort. I try my best to make the effort with both of these guys. I don't want to waste their time when I was dealing with them. Very simple, you know. And just and another thing I say, drop that ego, bro. Cause I was like, okay, I know some stuff, but I had to bow down, or not bow down, but I had to like move out my man Toran because he know way more than I do. And then, like I had to admit, I didn't know what Sut was talking about. So I just be quiet, and a lot of people have a problem with that. Just be quiet, and I mean, say something if you got an issue with it. Don't. When I mean be quiet, just don't let that ego get to you. But if you don't know something, tell somebody. Ain't no such thing as a dumb question. Just ask the question. I mean, there are some dumb questions, but I mean, still ask it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's
man.
any such thing as a dumb question if it's genuine. You're really looking for clarification or information. I really don't think there's a such thing.
That's true.
As a dumb question.
That's true.
At all. Unless you're trying to found or be off some weird stuff. Yeah. But yeah, man.
But that's all I got to say. I know you don't want to get to somebody else, so I'm going to fall back.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in, man. I'm glad you was able to get on
Appreciate both of y'all.
This week. I don't know what your problem is. It's probably just blog talk. It's probably just blog talk. You know.
I know, man. Thank you, man. Get tapped or something.
They're like, nah.
All right.
Maybe they're like, nah, that's Brian from the Bay. But appreciate you, man. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for calling in.
All right, man. Appreciate both of y'all.
All right,
what? Peace.
Peace to the guy. Let's keep it moving. Man, you a popular brother, man. What's your secret? What's your secret, Toran? Look at all these. We ain't getting through all these callers, man.
Not letting my ego write a check or put me in a situation that my soul can't escape on.
Okay. I didn't understand what you said, but it sounds good.
Yeah. Don't do it to yourself, man. You're out here playing yourself, man. I'm trying to help. Like, you know what it is, man. Like, I ain't gonna savor so much, but like, you know, I'm starting to see where it's going, and I have an opportunity to put myself and everybody I care about in a position to you know, just hold your net out, hold it steady. Why would I, I'm out here dancing around trying to catch leaves one by one. I'm cool, bro.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Trying to help people cast a few more nets, man.
Yeah. This stuff in the flip, and like I feel like once it flips, a whole couple generations are just going to be shook because it's going to be such of a learning curve that we're not going to be able to catch up to be successful in this new, whatever it is, system or monetary system or economic, whatever. I don't know, man. But something's popping. I'm telling y'all, man.
The bottom line is the listeners who are here, you're here because you know some shit is not right. Deep down, you know something ain't right. They've been forcing it down your throat your whole life. You know it wasn't right then, and now you finally realize it ain't right because there's some cats on the radio talking that same stuff, and okay, boom, I'm not tripping. Nah, you're not tripping. But if you're still sitting on your ass and you're not trying to get to the next, plateau, yeah, you tripping. You're tripping hard. Do your Christmas shopping, do this, do that. But at the end of the day, the kids are appreciated a lot more, knowing years down the line, like, oh, that's why I didn't get 30 gifts. I got 10 because they were setting up a trust so that my life could be easier. And everybody after it, all of my progeny. Like, come on, that's what it's about. Because little tykes, they're not gonna miss you, bro.
Nah, they won't even remember.
Tyco, they're not gonna miss you. Namco, nah.
832-5548. Area code 832, last 4, 5548. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
All right. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on? Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm hearing what's going on. It's a very good meeting that we're having here. It's, business credit absolutely very important. And I like how the gentleman came on the line as well, and was some sort of way giving us his perspective philosophically, and we can see how the business venue would reflect your natural exactly what you're feeling and everything like that. And, like the gentleman was saying, the guest here, if you're here, on this radio show, it's because this is the type of stuff that's in your interest, and you're using a free will to acknowledge this part of you, and it's a big. So I'm excited to be on the line right now.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I mean, that's what I got. I could just share. I didn't prepare anything. I don't really have too many questions besides probably what the guest would refer to earlier whenever he was saying that he would prefer to be in private, when answering particular questions. And I just
go
think
ahead. You're on the line now. If it's something too specific, I'll let you know. But I don't want to play the waiting game with you. Well, what you want to know?
Okay, well, we're just putting everything in perspective. We have these, these private agencies that have been gathering data, right? Gathering data, and we've been going through this. So that data has been going through a course in which we just now come into awareness of. And now we got to go back and turn around and say, hey, this is what should have been done, pretty much like a nunc-pro-tunc deal. And, and along with that, we have rules that say, people have to, swear to things in order, to, validate stuff. And, so we don't, so the process, I'm guessing, would probably, contain a bunch of paperwork bringing up some of those things, whatever's listed on a credit report or something like that, right? So we're getting a credit report, and we want to address those things with this credit bureau, and they're supposed to respond in this, and we're supposed to get to the end of the matter to where we are stopped toward the point where the entity is now suffering from that, event, bad credit and whatnot, and so we are notarizing documents and as if getting witness from a notary, which is powerful, and we are sending these documents in. We are basically we're using mailing numbers that are registered, valid mailing numbers. So it's it becomes a fact of record. Right?
Yep.
And so, my phone's fixing to die here, so if I get cut off, just go on to the next caller, obviously. But yeah, so just putting everything in perspective. And so my question would be what exactly would all entail in regard? What information do we need to know, all in all, when putting together this paperwork and bringing up certain things? Obviously we need to know the business, whoever reported, right? So who reported this stuff right here? And I guess my question would my questions would, as I develop my questions, it's probably the whole thing you're going to want to do in private. So, and I don't have the battery to go on here, but that's probably what my questions would entail, because I'm just curious now. I'm just curious as to, what, are they one-page documents, paragraphs?
No,
and
these are multiple pages, multiple
do
documents.
Do they look like court documents?
Yes,
are they supposed to be put in a format where we're prepared to in court? Obviously, because we're getting, so I'm just I've never put together something like that. And I've never corresponded in a way where it's hey, there's something that's been done here. Let's get down to this and let's fix this problem here. And I just think that that's pretty interesting.
Everything that cannot be validated, if it can't be validated, we get it removed.
On that as well. Go ahead.
You said you validated? If it can't be validated, we get it removed. Because it's either helping you or hindering you. There's nothing in between.
And that sounds like it should be a two thing correspondence, right? So we should be there hey, I'm corresponding with you regarding this, and of course we have the report, all the information on the report, and then they come back and say, hey, we acknowledge that this account exists, and yes, we do see what you're talking about, with your experience, I guess I should ask, have they responded to you in a way where they acknowledge what you're talking about, and it's an easy process? Like, through all of your experiences with your clients and stuff like that, what does it vary between? Like, what two scenarios could happen? Like, they completely make it like difficult to, like, how difficult does it get?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how difficult?
Yeah.
Because obviously
it varies. If
right.
if you've already
how much
disputed a bunch of stuff, then it's a little bit harder. But it's still the way that we approach it. Is, look, either you can validate it or you can't. If you can't, you need to get out of the way. They're not going to respond saying, "Oh, you caught us. You're right. Let's make that correction." It's just going to be
right.
This item was deleted from your credit report, and your score jumps up 80 to 100 points. Sometimes it just depends on where you are, but I've seen scores jump almost 200 points in just one update, like 190 points.
Right. Okay. Well, because, I'm just in a position where I'm just now opening up new credit lines and all that kind of. I'm in a perfect position for doing transition.
Yeah, you definitely need to hit us up in the private so we can see what's going on. Get a real credit report though. Get a real credit report. Get one from Experian. Like, just go straight to Experian, upgrade to the premium joint. It's like $1 or $5. Sometimes they run specials, sometimes they don't. But then it's like $30 a month. You're going to pay any of these Joe Smo credit reporters the same amount of money. And if you want a FICO, you need to get it from Experian, because if you get it from myfico.com, it's like $60 for a comprehensive report. So you can get it for half price, and it's still a FICO from Experian.
And then past that, I mean, your credit score should go back to they just reset it, and then now you're like onto a building credit technique. You know what I mean? In the business venue, or whatever.
I wouldn't say reset it, but they definitely get rid of information that it couldn't be validated, the information that you contested, and under what section of the Fair Credit Reporting Act or other consumer finance protection laws and stuff like that. You just got to target certain laws with certain types of information so that they remove it. It's not up for debate. Did we lose him?
Yeah, we lost him.
He said he didn't have enough battery.
They said the caller has dropped. So
he had some good questions. We probably should have done that in the private. I would have gave him a little more info, but I didn't want to. He seemed anxious as shit as a mug, so I'm go ahead and give you the info.
Admin at welcometothefoundation.com, y'all. We can get you that first info product from Toran, get you set up for a consultation. We can move forward. But you heard the brother, he said, get your hands on your credit report, a true credit report. True credit report. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Let's take one more caller, man. 214-2375, area code 214-2375. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace, Soap. Peace, Toran. It's Deontay from Texas.
Oh, peace,
what's going on, bro?
How you doing?
Not too much, man. I've been really practicing this mentalism of being in a good spot. So my good energy got me not only on the phone, but it got me to hear what I wanted to hear from y'all, actually. So another way to be turned up today.
Okay.
How do I go about getting on the list to be one of these dozen, Toran? I've been waiting on you. We got the Experian thing set up.
Yeah, hit us up in the private, man. We'll go ahead and take care of that. We'll definitely go ahead and take care of that. It'll be easy breezy for you. I know how you get down.
Absolutely. All right, that's all I wanted. I'm going to keep it real short and brief with y'all. Y'all have a good one. Appreciate the great show.
Yeah, appreciate you checking in.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Yep.
Appreciate it. All right, peace.
Peace.
Oh, all right. You good, man?
Yeah, I'm cool, man. I'm chilling. You know what I'm on. Yeah, I want to go ahead and do it, man. You know, I don't know. It's just an energy that came over me like, yo, do this.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
I appreciate it, man. Every time you want to come on the show, I'm down. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't really vouch for people. If y'all notice, I don't really say anything about nobody else. I gotta see it to believe it. I'm just one of them people. Trust but verify, and definitely my man knows the credit, man. He knows the credit game, backwards and sideways, and I'm always appreciative when you come on the show, man. So make it
I appreciate
don't be gone so long next time. You know what I mean? We miss you.
Yeah, man. Let's put it together. You hit us up in the private. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. I'm really gonna look out. Like, honestly, when you get your hands on this information I'm talking about, you shouldn't need to give me a holler again unless you really just go and turn into Tasmanian devil with your paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Bring somebody I'll look out even more. I'll do two for a better deal. Like just come on in. Let's get it done. And I'm saying this because I know once I transition to this next phase, man, I'm not gonna have the same energy towards it. It's gonna be more of a burden to have to, regurgitate information over and over again. I really want to have something to where if I decided to not talk about credit again, can somebody pick up what I put down and get the results?
Yeah, and on top of that, this stuff is changing, keeping up with this stuff, but ultimately, I know that this window is closing. What we're talking about right here, on the show, this window is closing. You got people, 50, 60%, 30%, my bad, 30% of Americans are like, 3 payments behind on their car payments. There's a lot of stuff going on. If y'all look and pay attention, man, it is. And I'm telling you, man, this credit stuff is going to flip in a way that most of us didn't anticipate. So, I highly suggest you get your stuff together, do your dance as fast and as quickly and as coherently as you can, and hit us up, admin at welcometothefoundation.com, because I'm telling you, time does not wait, and this stuff is moving, and it's not going to stop. Please believe me.
I'll say this. Part of it is, okay, it's going to take 30 days or better for you to really see what you need to see. Sometimes sooner, it just depends. But on average, about a month, about a billing cycle. So by the top of the year, you want to have clean credit so you can, if it's up your alley, to start an entity, start a public entity, start an LLC. Let that be owned by one of these business trusts. Protect your assets with another. Handle your family affairs with another. Get the proper training and know how to administer the entity and avoid conflict in the public. Keep all your business private, but you need good credit to be able to do all of that. Whether you're starting a brand new one, you want to build it, over time, and it's just a side hustle, or you need to get financed right now, and you need to go with a corp with, that go gadget on it, like, some beefed up trade lines or whatever. You need a website. You need certain things. There's certain things that you need to really make a difference, like quickly. And getting your hands on that first 10, 15, 20K is paramount to really seeing it be done quickly. You could bring in 2021 with a whole nother comma in your account. Not to say that that's what, makes you, but it makes things a lot easier. It makes things a lot easier when you can just move money and things move versus you moving yourself to get the money to see those things move. Because you're not going to be able to do that forever. So I just want for everybody else what I have for myself, which is, multiple streams of income and, a easier life. We're not here just to get up every day, go to work, give them our best ideas and energy, come back home, scream and shout or fuss or have, weird energy between the people we love and, care about, only to smile in your coworker's face. So it's just a bullshit cycle. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's all hocus pocus. That's not what we're here to do. So I might not reach everybody, but the ones that's hearing me, everybody hear me if you're still on the line. But feel me. If you really feel me, hit me up in the private, man, because I'm really not going to be doing it the way I've been doing it much longer, because a lot of stuff is changing, and for me to break those barriers is going to put me in a hot seat, because I'm going to have to expose some information that I don't think I want to be attached to. It's positive, I don't.
I wish I could go into more detail and explain what you're saying, but we can't. We in the public, man. I know what he's saying. I know the implications of what he's saying, and I hear exactly what he's saying. And, like, when y'all listen, man, don't listen to what people say only. Listen to the words that they use. People tell you a lot by the words that they use. And he's saying this stuff is changing, and it's making it more difficult, and for him to continue to do what he's doing now, he's going to have to expose some type of stuff that's going to put him in a hot seat, put him in a position publicly that he doesn't want to be in. So, I know there's other people out here that know this, but I don't know anyone else that knows it like him. And I've seen the results personally, and I know what's coming down the pipeline. I'm just trying to let y'all know, man. I'm not a salesman. I'm a trustee. It's all about contracts, so offer and acceptance moving forward. So, I appreciate you coming on, man. I really do. Y'all want to hit us up in the private, inquire more, do a consultation, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Trustee training, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. If you would like the info product that the brother said that he would, give out for free, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Hit us up. And we'll definitely take it from there. Brother, I really appreciate you coming.
It's on a case-by-case basis. Make sure
ain't no guarantee. We in the private. Yeah, we in the private. Don't nobody got to serve you in the private. Don't nobody got a contract with you in the private. Ain't no, you discriminate. Ain't no such thing as discrimination in the private. Or, discrimination, anti-discrimination laws. Let me be specific. It don't exist. Well, I'll say it straight out. I'll say exactly what you know. Some people get on the line crazy, all flamboyant. You can hear it in their voice. You can feel it in their energy. Like, nah, fam. Nope. No, sir. So, be mad and stuff. Talking about this one cat tried to talk about how business is run, and this is how you run a business, and if my customers or whatever, man. My man got the big R, the big refund, like holler black. You don't have to do this, man.
FOH. All capital.
But I ain't trying to be.
I really would rather be doing some other stuff right now, but I know I'm gonna feel some type of way, like I turn my back on the listeners, on the people who've been holding it down. You know what I mean? Because I know everybody had other priorities, or they thought this was that was. But I know cosmically with the shift of the planets and whatnot, and the energy, man, people seeing what's real. I've been keeping it funky the whole time. I don't got time to bullshit. I'm gonna tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. So I'm saying, like, I'm really trying to. This is it right here. Like, let me help some people real quick. Really, have a dozen new faces, or at least a dozen new people that are eligible to take, partake in some of the things that we are doing in the private.
Another, speaker of truth. You know what I'm saying? Another SOT. Are you a SOT? My man's definitely a SOT, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. Let's do it. We gonna continue to build. We gonna continue to, do our dance and stuff, man. But I appreciate you coming back on the, on the show, man. Definitely. I'll talk to you, probably later. Or hit you up tomorrow, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? But
sounds good. I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, man, and I'm sure we definitely gonna be talking soon. I'm sure people are gonna hit you up. I think y'all should, man. Man, look, It's just one of them things, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the quiet before the storm. It's always it get darker before the light.
Man, there's a storm right now. I'll be reading these current events every week, man. And if y'all ain't picking up what I'm putting down, it's okay. It's all right.
Well, you know, it starts on the ocean most of the time, and then it makes its way to land. So it's already whipping up in the ocean. I'm trying to get out of the way, get out of Dodge, hide your kids, hide your wives, put them, you know.
He said, hide your kids.
Put them in the trust, man. You know, start the year off right. That's all.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's definitely do this, man. It's about to be 2020, man. Think about that. Think about that. Think about it. And then hit us up. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. I want to thank the guest, Toran L. You know, my brother, always coming through, always dropping the jewels, always pancaking toes, you know, like the foundation should. Definitely want to thank you, man. You want to say anything before we bounce?
Be mindful. Yeah, I'll start with mindset. Be mindful. Just take like a few breaks every day, even if it's 5-10 minutes. Think about what you've been thinking about the last 2-3 hours, and if that shit is, if what you've been thinking about is not serving you, let it go and pick something else up. Be thankful for what you got, but don't forget what you want, and that you were worthy. You're here for a reason. Go get it. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you. Go get it. You know, that's really what I want to say. Be mindful. Be mindful of your energy and where you're putting it, because what you put it into right now is going to show. It's going to be apparent the end of the first quarter and all throughout the year, depending on how you manage your energy and your mind. All of it is energy. So just be mindful. Tell somebody you love them. Love yourself. You know.
For real. Because, I mean, truly, man, I don't even think life ain't about this money and monetary. You know, it's personal, you know, material wealth stuff. Obviously, it's you know, necessary for a certain lifestyle and quality of life, man. But if that's really what you're chasing, man,
yeah,
I'll pray for you. But, yeah, man, that's real talk, man. Yeah, appreciate you coming on the show, man. Thank you very much, man. And, I thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for checking out the show. Thank y'all for being, thank y'all for just being down, really being down to learn, being down to invest in your private education. It's very important. It's commendable, it's respectable, it's noble. And if no one else says it, I'm saying it right now. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Trustee training. Just get at Toran to set up a consultation. You want to get signed up with Carrot Bars, go to starting to, move around. Pretty soon it's going to be, hey, man, just start dollar cost averaging, whether it's $20, $30 a month or something, man. Just buy some gold, man. And, I believe in this company.
I heard you had all the gold.
That's I ain't got barely no gold. Man, I need to get gold. That's what I'm saying. I need to get that stuff. That stuff is hard to get your hands on.
I think I need to come up with me account at the Bank of SOT.
Nah, SOT is a private contractual entity that does not owe its existence, legislation, and therefore is not.
Right? We need one of them fast talking Babel mouth dudes. Look like that. FDIC only assures your money up to $250,000. You know what I mean? Pay your ass back in 90 years. Get out of here.
But we out of here, bro. We out of here. Yeah. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Man, thank you, man. It's always a pleasure, man.
Yeah.
I love y'all. Y'all enjoy yourself. Have a great week. You know what I'm saying? 10 things you're thankful for. Hug somebody, man. I mean, you can go out to work tomorrow and life changes. Don't take this stuff for granted. Time is fleeting. You can never get time back. All this other stuff you can replace. You can never get time back, and you can't get people back that are gone and no longer here, man. Let's put it into perspective, and let's keep it real and really understand what this is all about. Family, enjoyment, living life, and experiencing. You know what I'm saying? Growing, learning. But above all, like I say, Enjoy yourself. Do your dance. And with that said, man, I appreciate y'all checking out the show. I love y'all, man. I really do, man. Y'all have a great week. And, keep it moving. You can do it. I believe in you. And, let's crack open the world. Peace to the gods.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.